Hey y'all, Brandon Rinas here. Hope you're doing absolutely amazing. So a lot of my videos that I do, I feel like they tear us apart to a degree. If you're talking about the minimum wage, you're going to be upsetting some people. If you're talking about this subject, you're going to be upsetting people. Rules and regulations, government control, government programs, there's always pros and cons. But this is something I truly believe we can bring ourselves together for. We can unite together on this issue, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you're an open-minded Republican, an open-minded Democrat, an independent, this is for you. If you're a lock, stock, and barrel Republican, doesn't matter what happens, you're still going to vote Republican, I can't help you, okay? Same thing for Democrats. If you're just going to vote Democrat, you hope Republicans all fail, and you're not going to ever root for the best for them, I can't help you. But this is for all sane people who want what's best for our country, and I believe the vast majority of our country is, no matter how much we may disagree on some topics. Right now, Donald Trump is looking for a Secretary of State for the United States of America. Now, if you want more wars, this video isn't for you, but if you are sick and tired of the police state, if you are sick and tired of our soldiers dying all around the world, this video is for you. The Secretary of State is the right-hand man / woman for the president when it comes to war. They are the ones that help make the decisions to go to war with Libya, Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, just to name 4. Oh, by the way, we're in 7 countries right now, bombing the tar out of them. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. We can afford that, no problem. I'm sure we're not causing any chaos. I'm sure we're not toppling any regimes. I'm sure we're not going to create any more terrorists. No big deal. But if you're sick and tired of that, you don't want another Mitt Romney in office, who was in office while George W. Bush was in office, and he says, yeah, more war with Iraq. Yeah, more nation building. Woo, more police in the world. And that is one of the people that Donald Trump is looking at. You do not want a Rudy Giuliani who is the same thing as Mitt Romney. Oh, more war, yeah. As long as it lines my pockets, I'm happy, let's go. That is not what we want. As humans, if you voted for Donald Trump, chances are you voted for him as the anti-war candidate. Well, they're the same people who voted for Hillary Clinton, who are not just die-hard Democrats that actually hoped and prayed, yeah, hopefully she'll be the more sane person. Hopefully she won't just hit the nuclear button on accident. We vote for her because she's going to keep our country more safe. Those ones, this video is for you. The independents or the people who voted for Bernie Sanders, this video is for you. We have a person that is getting looked at right now for Secretary of State named Tulsi Gabbard. She is a Hawaii representative, 2 tours in Iraq, boots on the ground experience. This is a lady who has stood up to her own party. When Obama has been going to war with Iraq, or you could call Hillary Clinton, depending on who you wanted to blame. When Obama and Hillary have been supporting these wars in Libya, Iraq, Syria, and all these countries, bombing the tar out of them, creating all kinds of chaos, financially bankrupting us, making our country much less safe. She has stood up to her own party and said, this is unacceptable. The wars we are in are unconstitutional, and she points out why. I like a person who can stand their ground, who says, yes, this is what I stand for. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I stand my ground. One of the things I loved about Bernie Sanders when he ran his campaign, and this is coming from someone who didn't agree with him on a lot of things, I loved the fact that he stood his ground. It really hurt me when he then collapsed and endorsed Hillary Clinton. To me, it hurt me. It's like, dude, stand up on your principles. That is so cool. Tulsi Gabbard, she has not done that. She literally had to drop out of her position in the DNC in order to endorse Bernie Sanders. And she says, my position is so staunchly behind Bernie Sanders. I am so against our country warmongering in all these countries. I so proudly support Bernie Sanders. I am going to resign from my position in order to endorse Bernie Sanders. That is what she did. That is how firmly she believed in it. And then when Bernie Sanders dropped out, she didn't go in and endorse Hillary Clinton. She didn't cave in at the very last second like Ted Cruz. Oh, well, now I'm going to endorse him. No, she stood her ground and said, no, I will not support this. This is not who I am. She didn't badmouth Hillary Clinton. She didn't do any of that. She stood her ground. I'm not a Democrat. I respect that. I like Republicans who do the same thing. A perfect example would be Ron Paul, who did the same exact thing. Stood his ground, fought his fight, and when he lost, he didn't go and say, oh, well, I'm going to endorse the guy that's opposite me. He stood his ground and said, no, that is not what I stand for. I stand on my ground. I am anti-war. I am anti-big government. I am principled. These guys are not. They may be my party, but I will not blindly follow them. That is who we want as a Secretary of State, or at least most sane people. If you don't want more wars, this is who you want. Tulsi Gabbard, she was anti the Iraq war. She is anti the Libya war. She is anti the Syria war. She stood up to her own party on these issues. She actually points out that Obama will not address radical Islam. He won't say it. And she says, hey, if you can't recognize the problem, if you can't see, hey, this is the problem, this is what we're fighting, you're not going to win the battles. You're not going to win the war. That is who I want in office. I want someone who can stand her ground, who speaks to her own party, who doesn't just badmouth the other party. They defend themselves in their own party. They hold their own party accountable. I want that in a Republican form. I want that in a Democrat form. This is a lady who is homeschooled. For all of you guys who hate that, okay, I can't help your cause. I love it. I want somebody, first of all, I'm homeschooled, but I don't care about that. To me, I want somebody who is not part of the system. Most people that come out of public school all seem to turn out the same way. I want something different. Unless you haven't noticed, it feels like our country's going the wrong direction. Seems that most Republicans and Democrats feel that way. So I don't mind some outside thinking, even if I agree with her or disagree with her. And I disagree with her on a lot of things. I like the fact that she's an outsider. She's open-minded. This is a lady who wants to protect our borders. She wants to protect ourselves from Syrians and other refugees coming into our country. And she says, whoa, 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 we need to protect our borders better. We need to protect ourselves from these refugees better. We need to stop making more refugees. We need to protect our country by not bombing these countries, creating all these refugees crises. This is a Democrat that I am endorsing for Secretary of State. I am not a Democrat. I am an independent / Republican / libertarian. She is a Democrat, and I am endorsing her for Secretary of State. I do not want a warmonger in Mitt Romney or Rudy Giuliani. I want Tulsi Gabbard as Secretary of State. I want our troops protected. I want our country protected. And if Donald Trump was sincere about not policing the world and actually protecting our country, she is the one to pick. Guys, let's spread this video. I don't tell you to share the videos. I ask you to subscribe and I ask you to like and all that stuff. I ask you to follow. Please share this video. If you really want our country to be safer, if you don't want young men going out there and dying needlessly, if you don't want more terrorists coming over here and blowing our country up, if you truly believe in protecting our country, if you want someone in there that has experience, boots on the ground experience, and says, hey, these wars are insane. We are losing lives for zero reason to line the pockets of the rich. If you want someone who is against all of that, support Tulsi Gabbard for Secretary of State. Post this video on your Facebook. Post this video on your Twitter. Let's show Donald Trump that we do not want a warmonger as the Secretary of State. We should be able to unite behind this as a Democrat, as a Republican, as an independent, as a libertarian, as even a socialist. Because we all should be able to unite behind the fact that we do not want a bunch of wars going on around the country. We do not want our men dying needlessly. That is all I have. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you want. Please share this video. Give me a thumbs up if you love it. If you hate it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why. I truly appreciate it. Brandon Rinas signing out.